here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Om Klim Kadake Namaha. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. We're in 2025. Wow. And this is January 2025. So I'm going to break down the most important transits and events of this month. But remember, I'm going to have separate videos for all of these things when we get a little closer to those dates. So this is just a summary. And I also have a video that will be coming out about my predictions after this one for 2025. So let's get into this. Now, it's going to start off with Mercury going into Sagittarius on January 3rd. So it's going out of Scorpio, where it's kind of in a death-like position, into a better sign. So we're going to see some improvements on those mercurial themes. Then on January 13th, we have a full moon in Gemini in Purnarvasu, which translates into good again or wealthy again. Now, this is getting something back that was owed to you from the past. Mars is making a very close conjunction in the second house, showing us that this could be related to money and possessions that can come from work or a conflict or an enemy, like a court case, for example. This can deal with a past relationship or business partnership or objective that you get back. Now, this will bring themes around safety or coming home safe after a mission. This is good for everyone going back to school, going back to work. Normal hours are back after the holidays for some. Good for starting over again. It's good for spiritual activities and for buying homes and cars. Working or helping those in weaker aspects of society. Good for forgiveness and doing what's dharmic and what's right for society. This is also about hitting a target or a goal that was set, because it's about the arrow, a quiver full of arrows. So hitting a goal, but the arrow can also be the arrow of desire or an arrow of ambition. Matters of war over resources and about resources that we have in hand. Now, Russia will have Sun conjunct its natal Saturn, which will bring a conflict to Putin in the matters of war and wealth of the country. This can affect families and create loss. Mars will be opposing its natal Saturn in the 7th house of war at this time. Aggressive acts with foreign nations. Also around the end of the month, when Sun conjuncts its natal Rahu, these events will intensify. At this time, we also have Sun in Uttara Ashadha, and that is when leaders do something that they want to see a later victory in. And this will be for the US swearing in of the president. And there's going to be a lot of events because of that in the US, and we'll get to that. And then right after that, the Sun goes into Capricorn. And then that's where we go from more of a spiritual nature to more of a physical nature. Now we're dealing with a lot of themes on the physical plane. Now on January 18th, we have Venus and Saturn will make an exact conjunction in Aquarius. And for some, this can bring a stable yet transformative relationship. And this can actually come from the past for some. And for some, they can see financial success and business success due to their hard work and efforts. And also some can see the results of extensive sadhana or rituals and success in these things, because we have Moon and Ketu conjunct as well around that time. So around the 19th to the 24th, you can see results of things that you have been doing spiritual work. So Mars is retrograding right now. And then on January 20th, it's going to retrograde back into Gemini. So Mars will start to move faster in Gemini, and we get to revisit or revise the themes that we went through from June 14th to June 29th in 2024. So you can think back what you were doing at that time, and there's going to be similar things that we need to revise in that area. Now, communication travel will move at a faster rate. So we're no longer in the detriment. It's going to go back eventually into detriment, into Cancer again. But for now, things are going to be looking up and moving faster. Learning will speed up for students. People will be a bit less passive aggressive and more tell it like it is. So if they don't like you, they will definitely verbalize that instead of the passive aggressiveness. Now we're going to be dealing with issues of like communication, travel. rather than women's issues, mother issues, family issues of safety. Those were what we were dealing with when Mars was in Cancer, and then now Gemini brings new themes, and then we'll go back later on in the year to revisit those themes. Now, we must be cautious of accidents and harsh speech for the next few days around the 20th or so, because Mars will be exactly opposing Mercury in Sagittarius. Accidents while traveling or traveling overseas, harsh speech for those in religion or positions of judgment, like judges or the law or science. Accidents can involve the hands, so be careful of cuts that can happen. There are major transformations in the US all month as Mars retrograde will be conjunct its natal Mercury in the 8th house. And that's where it has Rahu, and it's in Rahu Dasha right now, and I think it's Rahu Mercury Dasha right now. These transformations will occur in the matters of war, its reputation. This may be seen as very aggressive and swift by the way it communicates in the matters of trade, in the matters of foreign affairs, relations with other countries and opposing parties. This is going to be the changes that Trump makes. And this is going to change a lot of things in the US and involve other countries. Because there's a big loss for Canada and its alliances and reputation this month around actually January 4th, and possibly an ending as well. And I didn't check, but definitely the US, that will affect other countries too. Now, on January 27th, Venus will go into Pisces and be exalted. Now, this is the highest level of Venus, the exaltation of Venus. Venus has the ability to govern the higher and lower planes of existence, as it is the heart chakra, right in the middle of the body. So it can govern the material world of lust and desire, or the higher consciousness, as in compassion or unconditional love. Here Venus is at its highest state, where love turns into true devotion. This devotion is oftentimes too high for human consumption and is geared towards the devatas or God. A transformation from the 16th to the 31st of January will happen as it's transiting Purva Bhadrapada. Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by Aja Akpata, who is a form of Rudra and Agni, the fire god, and looks like the Baphomet. I think this is where the Baphomet actually came from. Like, they took that from Hinduism, is what I believe. But this brings sudden changes in one's life. So this nakshatra, especially with Venus, is going to bring us out of the attachment to the material desire to higher levels of consciousness. And that could mean also that people want higher levels of love, like they don't want the mundane. And you'll see that also in March, Saturn will enter Pisces when Venus is there as well. And that can bring some higher levels of love and solid relationships for many, depending on your chart. Because it wants to go, Venus wants to go towards the exalted Jupiter, which is the third eye, the Agnya chakra. So any sudden changes will be for your best interest to put you on the right path towards true knowledge and awareness. Superficial won't work here. But we also have Rahu here, which is interesting, which can amplify these, or it can bring us back into the material realm. So it's important to strengthen your Rahu. Your Rahu will determine what happens here. So you can use this for enlightenment, that you could use this for your spiritual growth. Tremendous spiritual growth can happen if you aren't in your egotistical desires. Now, on January 29th, we have a new moon in Shravana Nakshatra, where we learn the value of resources and purification in order to gain power of the material plane. Capricorn is all about the structure that we create, going from the spiritual plane of Sagittarius to the physical plane of Capricorn. So it's using sound, energy, and intention to gain such power. This is why the symbol is the ear, and in modern times it relates to the media, entertainment, and especially music. The music industry and the entertainment industry will see gains and heights, but also transformation and ending for some. This will depend on your chart. This transformation can come because of the laws and foreign elements. For some, their job daily routines might change. And I do think this has to do with TikTok, because this is around the same time. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to have to look more into it. I don't know if it's going to get banned or not, but it sounds like this is what it's about. Now, this is all about learning and listening in order to gain on the material realm. A business-like approach is required. So being on the phone for business, for example, preserving ancient traditions and working with larger corporations, listening to advice and seeking out advice from professionals for spiritual reasons. Now, there is a split in direction in the reputation of the US at the end of the month and all next month that will change its alliances, but I can't say for certain what this is. I will make a video about this soon when I research more, but it definitely has to do with Trump and new things being implemented in the US. Something new in the matters of partnerships in business, hidden information, work and conflicts, health matters, long distance travel, and secret affairs will pop up at the end of the month. Making money by your own efforts can lead to significant gains in the matter of spirituality and career. And also mantra sadhana can lead to many breakthroughs. So that's just a little bit about what I see coming up for this month of January. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.